I'm freezing. Yeah.
Right into the Stankies on the road, but.
All right, good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. We'll call the meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. Today is Tuesday, May 26th, 2026. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Commissioner Schwer will lead us this morning.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Schwer. Yep. So a reminder, call for public comment may be submitted in person or by telephone by calling 605-882-6248 or 605-882-6297. Please remember to silence your cell phones so they do not disrupt the meeting this morning. Commissioners, any conflict of interest items?
No.
Seeing none, we'll move on. Look for an action to approve the May 26th agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by McElhaney, second by Schwer. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5 is action to approve the May 19th minutes.
So moved.
Motion by Johnson,
Second.
second by Schwer. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6 is discussion, possible action to request funding for the opioid settlement for medication-assisted treatment medication with Carrie Johnston, the Executive Director of the Human Service Agency. Come on up, Carrie. Good morning. You turn on your microphone there by pushing the little button and
Okay.
you're good to go.
Introduce yourself so the world will know who you are.
Just gonna hand out my little.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's all yours.
Right. Well, good morning. My name is Carrie Johnston, and I'm the Executive Director of the Human Service Agency. And I'm here today to talk about the opioid settlement funds that I know the county has been receiving, I believe since 2022. What the tracker shows, I believe, is that to date, maybe the county has received about $80,000. The projection on the dashboard for opioid spending goes out until 2038, and that's the projected number I have in my request there. That total or yet to come into Codington County would be about $143,000, but again, anticipated through 2038. My request today is to help us with our medication-assisted treatment program at the Human Service Agency. We are the only prescribing program in Watertown. Carrie Dilla is our physician assistant, and she works very closely with our psychiatric nurses as well as our addiction staff to make sure that we prescribe this medication in a very responsible manner, providing it in a treatment format. So other providers throughout the state of South Dakota might offer a MAT program, medication-assisted treatment, by just simply prescribing medications. We have an accountability program where a person who has an opioid use disorder would meet with an addictions counselor first. That addictions counselor would do a full addictions evaluation and then determine, is their opioid use of such that their cravings, their use, the frequency, the length of use so heavy that they would benefit from this treatment. And then they would schedule an assessment with Carrie Dilla, who would do her own psychiatric assessment as well. And then they would start the program if they met all the criteria. The program would entail that individual coming to meet with the drug and alcohol provider for half an hour, and then also with the prescriber for half an hour each week. They they would get their medication each week, and then as the person was successful in the program, they would titrate down to every other week and then monthly, and then maybe every other month until they felt their sobriety was of such they no longer needed that level of intensity. The medication itself, there are pill forms of medication or oral medication, and then there's medication that is injected. By and large, across the scope, injectionable or injection medication is more effective. That's probably true of everything, right? Shot of penicillin works better than an antibiotic. An antipsychotic injection works better than a medication that you have to take orally. Same is true with these medications. The name of them is Sublocade or Vivitrol. Brixadi is another one. 3 forms of injections. We learned they're very expensive. Sometimes and often insurance would cover it, but a lot of the people that we serve in our program don't necessarily have insurance. If they do have Medicaid, that was covering it. However, Medicaid announced that effective June 1, they will no longer pay for the injection to be distributed through a pharmacy, a long-term pharmacy, or a pharmacy locally. So we have to resort to doing what's called buy and bill, which means we would buy a bunch of medication, then we, HSA, would have to bill their Medicaid to make sure that, and then get reimbursed for that, to make sure that I think Medicaid was worried that some of these people would get the injection in their own hands, which didn't happen through HSA. I don't know if that was happening elsewhere, but it helps with people who have been using opioids for a long period of time because it suppresses the cravings. And so people that have been struggling with opioids will often use again because they're craving it, and it's a physical craving. That's a hard thing for them. So the medication, whether it's oral of Suboxone or the injection, helps with those cravings. It also helps with cravings for other drugs too. We have found that people will often that are taking this often report a decrease in alcohol use as well as marijuana use and just any other drugs that they may have been experimenting with. The overall program success rate, we don't track it to detail with data, but the prescriber and the addiction staff felt that it was about 80% of the time people continue on in these programs, titrate down till they are navigating sobriety on their own without that level of intensity. We also often ask for UAs randomly to make sure they're taking their medication, not selling their medication, or we do pill counts. We do all the things that we can do to help them stay accountable, because when people are fresh in recovery, it sometimes is a struggle. And so we've just had great success. So we are asking for $35,000 from the county to help us get established with our buy and bill program, that we could buy medication and then use that medication to hopefully, give it to our clients, of course, but then also to, we would bill their Medicaid when they have that. Sometimes they don't have that, so then we would just use that money to pay for that medication. With that, I will stand by with questions.
Well, I'd make a motion to approve this.
Okay, we do have a motion by Commissioner Gable. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion, second by Commissioner Johnston. Now we'll open it up for questions. I guess one question I would have is what does that look like currently, Brenda? These are good numbers that you have here, Carrie. Appreciate that. The research that you've done on this, and I definitely don't have a problem with it. It seems like a good use of opioid dollars.
Yes, absolutely.
Settlement dollars.
And I
They're
believe,
used-
Mr. Chair, I believe this would be the first use of the county's allocation, I believe.
So there's plenty in there
Yeah.
to do
So-
that. Okay.
Currently, you have $88,086.32.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
Just a
Commissioner
quick question, Mr. Chair. So Carrie, you said on the buy and bill program, so we would use some of this money to buy some of those medications, and then theoretically you could make it last longer if you get some reimbursement from Medicaid.
Correct.
Or Medicaid.
Right now, we're looking for wholesalers or a way to get the medication that we're not losing money, because the Medicaid rate of reimbursement is so low. That's a little bit tricky, but this would at least give us a great place to start, that we wouldn't have to disrupt the service of those individuals who are currently on that injection.
Okay, thanks.
Right.
I'll make a comment, sir.
Go ahead.
The thing that I like about this, Carrie, is the fact that you're tracking it. And so there's
there's some validity to what you're doing and, and that's good.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, all credit goes to our psychiatric team and our addiction staff. They're doing a great job with everything, so.
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner.
so this is just continuing what we're doing. It's just giving you access to capital to build this inventory. So, so we just don't disrupt what's the
Right,
good that is going on.
correct.
Good stuff. Question? Nope. All right. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you, everyone.
you.
Appreciate it. Deeply appreciate it.
Coordinate with Brenda on that. All right, let's move on to item number 7. This is action to approve plat resolutions. Take the first one, which is A 2026-10. This is in the Applehoff edition. Commissioner Johnson.
Okay, Luke isn't here today. He's not able to attend and I sit on that board as well as Brenda does. So if I say something wrong, Brenda, don't hesitate to jump in but you've got it in front of you and you all can read, right? It's a resolution to approve the plating of the Applehoff Edition in Codington County, South Dakota. And be it resolved by the County Commission of Codington County, South Dakota as follows, that the examination has been made of the plat entitled, and there is the legal description of the plat. Now, this came before us as members of the Planning and Zoning Board, and it was approved by a majority of votes. So that being said, I will move to accept this resolution.
Okay, we do have a motion to accept resolution 2026-10.
Second.
Second by McElhaney. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
The next one that we have is resolution 2026-11. And this is a resolution to approve the plating of F and S Strophus Edition and the County of Codington, South Dakota, be resolved by the County Commission of the Codington County, South Dakota as follows, that an examination has been made of the plat entitled, and there again is the legal, and this is just right outside of Henry. So it's in Codington County, but it's right outside. And again, you go through the formality of reading all this, but we did approve it as a board unanimously, and therefore I will move to accept the resolution.
We have a motion
I'll second it.
and a second. This is an existing farmstead exemption.
Yeah.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Commissioner
Thank you.
Johnson, take C, please. Spurl edition. Spurl.
What's that?
Spurl edition.
Yep. The next one is the resolution 2026-12. A resolution to approve the plating of Spurl Edition in Codington County, South Dakota. Be resolved by the County Commission of Codington County, South Dakota as follows. The examination has been made of the plat entitled I got on the wrong one.
Brandon I didn't switch it, so that was my error.
What's that?
It's a Spurl edition, yeah, that should say Spurl.
That should say Spurl. Yeah, it says the Strophus edition, but it's a
Yeah,
Spurl edition.
Spurl edition.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad I'm reading this, so we caught that. Anyway, again, this was brought before the Planning and Zoning Board. This property is just west of Watertown on 4th Avenue. And it's an existing homestead, and they are platting it. And the purpose is they're going to place a new or an updated modular home on the premise. And so that's why this came about. We voted on it unanimously as a board, and therefore I would move that we accept the resolution 2026-12.
Motion by Johnson to accept.
Second.
Second by McElhaney. Discussion.
Just need to correct that one typo, it's just the word Strophus. It needs to be replaced by Spurl, correct? That's it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank
The auditor will make that correction.
Okay.
Any other questions? Not all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Move on to monthly reports. This is the time and place for the emergency management report. We'll get Andrew Delgado up here. Morning.
Morning, Andrew.
Morning, Andrew.
Morning.
All yours.
Well, time for our hazmat plan rewrite. So, last year we got some HMEP funding, for this, rewrite. So First District is helping facilitate that. I, met with Kelly, with First District, getting, the information to her that she needs and whatnot. We did some data collection. That's on track to be completed before the end of August. And then, it'll come to the commissioners and LEPC for overall approval. So that's going according to plan. Had a couple LEMPG requirements that we did, communications drill. It was a radio drill this month. Also participated in the Region 2 meeting via Zoom. Sherry's been continuing to print ID cards for departments, regional departments as they come up and need them. Also, she's been updating the city and municipal contact list, as required by, SDCL. Other than that, working on the budget, and then this month and June, some search and rescue members requested weekly meeting or weekly training as opposed to, twice a month. So it just kind of shows that they're, still actively engaged and, wanting to learn more. I mean, we've done everything from, talking over like radios, lights and siren operation, more backing training for people who need it. Also got out to the lake a couple times, ran the ROV and sonar. They're also kind of in the middle of their big fundraising push for this year. So the early bird raffle tickets, if people want to buy them, they need to be purchased or postmarked by May 30th. And then there's a couple upcoming events. So June 9th is LEPC meeting. And then the State Fire School is going to be held at Lake Area, June 11th through 13th. And there's there's really good breakout sessions for firefighters. I was kind of looking through that. I mean, vehicle extraction, both basic and advanced. And a lot of times there's like grain bin operations. I think this year there was some lithium ion battery breakouts. So for more information on that, you can just look at the State Fire School. Like if you Google it, you can kind of click in there and kind of see if something, I think there's EMS stuff there too. So that's a good thing for first responders to go to if they're available those dates.
Very good.
Pending questions.
Who conducts those training sessions at the state fire marshal?
They solicit different people. I know that some people are brought in externally. I think that there's also local people who teach
Sure.
some of those sessions. So just depending on what subject matter expertise people have, and we have a lot of very well-trained, top-notch firefighters on this department in Watertown. So
Good.
Any other questions? All right. Thanks, Andrew. We have one more item here, I think, for you, item number 9.
yeah.
Discussion possible action to approve purchase of 24 life jackets for search and rescue.
Yeah, so they were looking at what we currently have for life jackets, and I mean, a lot of the ones that were issued to individual members, they're like ones with little inflatable pull tabs. They really haven't been, they're pretty old. I mean, you can't exactly test them and then use them again. So they were looking at like a different solution. They were looking at some like mesh high visibility life jackets. They cost about $140 a piece. They wanted to get
24.
two of each size, for each of the vehicles so that we would have them on site and we could kind of phase out the ones that we typically like grab for ourselves. So yes, it would be, I guess, requesting up to $3,500 to purchase life jackets. We have a couple of them. They have really good range of motion and should fit our needs very well.
And which budget does that come out of?
The 256.
Search and rescue, right?
Motion to
Was it
approve.
budgeted? It wasn't budgeted, but there's money there.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah, it comes out of the search and rescue.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Motion to approve.
motion by McElhaney,
Second
a
is.
second by Schwer. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. I need to talk to Alan Hall. All right, let's get the sheriff up here. Good morning, Brad. I'm going to step
Morning,
out for
Brad.
just a second.
Brad.
Yes. Go ahead.
Brad, how's it going today?
Good,
Good.
so far.
Grab one and pass them down. Hey, the sun's shining, corn's growing. Can't complain, can we? Idle because
There's just one there.
no one's gonna listen, right? Yep, there should be one for everybody there. Might get these.
Just leave these.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, we'll get started on the commissary monthly balance sheet there. That's the first page you got there. Bank balance end of April 2026 was $21,161.02. And at the time there was $2,161.42 in the lobby, ATM and booking kiosk. For a grand total of $23,322.44. Break that down a little bit more here. Resident balances was $3,342.91. Commissary items and tax that wasn't dispersed yet, $3,473.76. These, our funds balance was $16,505.77. And if you jump down to the bottom there, you'll see we brought in $1,728.31 in total commission for the month of April. If you go to the next page there, the monthly balance sheet for checking account. End of April was $12,008.99. Break that down a little bit. There was $20 in fingerprint fees collected, $12 in copy fees collected, $8,594.12 in sheriff's fees that were collected. Executions, we collected $2,193.37 and $300 in warrant fees were collected for a grand total of $11,119.49. These are total back to $889.50. Go to the next page there. We'll start with some of the sheriff's office activity. Cases and calls for service for the month of April was 496 cases and calls for service. There were 9 accident reports completed, 71 warrants were served, 209 civil papers were served, and 2,072 transport miles for a total of 11 trips and 18 people that were transported across the state. If you jump down to the middle there, we'll talk about a little jail activity for the month of April. Our average daily population was 51.87. Our high ADP was 60, and that was on the 19th of April. Our low ADP was 42 on the 7th of April. On the 24/7 Scram bracelet, we had 16 participants. We had 9 people on remote breath, 46 people on the twice daily PBTs, and 57 on the twice weekly UAs, and 2 people on the sweat patch for a grand total of 130 participants on our 24/7 program. Scroll on down to the bottom here. You'll see for the month of April, we collected $14,304.97 in out-of-county contracts. Work release was $2,250. 24/7 fees, $11,578 collected. Any questions on that? You can see the out-of-county contracts are up a little bit more. There's a lot more parole holds and holds for the penitentiary. The pen is full, the female pen and the male pen. There's about a month-long wait to get our inmates in that are sentenced to the penitentiary. That's kind of a rough estimate. So we're holding sentenced inmates that aren't parolees for the state. And we're also holding a good handful of parolees that need to go back to the penitentiary as well on behalf of the state.
So if those inmates are our own county inmates, Brad, and they've been sentenced to the state penitentiary, but they don't have any room and we continue to hold them, are we receiving payment from the state?
We are receiving $95 a day for parolees. I bill for $130 for the sentenced to the pen because they're not parolees. They're paying us 95,
Okay.
but we're billing 130. We don't have a contract with the state for that, so they're reverting back to the $95 thing.
Okay.
I have our state's attorney looking into that legally a little bit right now. So,
Okay, sounds good.
so we are getting paid for them. That's kind of some of the reasons that our numbers are a little bit higher. The other day, about a week ago, I did a quick little snapshot. We were holding 16 people that needed to go to the pen. So our numbers are a little bit higher in the jail this month. Currently, we're sitting around 65 to 70. This last couple of weeks seems like been a little bit higher. So, any questions there?
No.
All right. Just a quick little update on our flock. I know that's something we talked about last month and we approved the contract for. Just a quick little some numbers just for transparency. There was 82,910 vehicle reads on our flock cameras. That's from our vehicles, our car cameras, and also from the cameras that are out and about. There was a total of 19 sex offense searches, and all 19 of those helped lead to the arrest of a child in possession, manufacturing, porn, ongoing investigation with the DCI, but did aid in that arrest. So
Hold
there
on
was
just a second. Can you
what's that?
explain that a little bit more?
There was just kind of breaking down our searches.
Okay.
There was 19 searches in there for sex offense, looking at the ALPR.
Okay.
And of all 19 of those searches helped aid in the arrest of one individual for possession and child manufacturing of porn.
So that's where one of your staff went in and looked at the data.
Yes, they were looking and searching the data, looking on this case.
Okay.
So they're all related to this case. So did make an arrest, and it's still an ongoing investigation that we've got
Gotcha.
going with DCI. So there's a few more searches here. This is from our audit. That's what I'm just trying to share, being transparent. Destruction, vandalism, there was 8 searches, 7 searches for motor vehicle theft, stolen vehicles, 3 for missing endangered person, runaways, 1 for burglary, and we did 1 that was a testing, just to test the system. So to kind of break down our searches, you can see there are not a whole lot of them, but they all do tie back to a case or a call for service in the office. So there you go.
Anything else? No? Okay. Thanks, Sheriff.
All right.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, let's move down to item number 10. This is discussion possible action to advertise and hire a full-time administrative support person in the auditor's office.
Correct. So this is to, it's not to add a new employee, it's to replace an employee who is no longer working in the auditor's office. Administrative support position is a grade 20, starting wage would be $21.96.
Motion to approve.
Motion by McElhaney. Second.
Second it.
Second by Schwer. Any further discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 11 is action to approve abatement applications.
Today.
Number 12, claims for payment.
Okay, so we have the salary claims for the month of May. Total amount is $870,842.94.
You have those in front of you. Motion by
Motion to
McElhaney.
approve.
Second by Gable. Second by Gable. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
And we also have our first interest payment on the bond that is due on June 1st in the amount of $1,074,812.50.
Motion to
Motion to
approve.
approve. Second.
Okay, we're going to take the motion to approve by McElhaney, second by Gable. Even though I know Commissioner Gable would have liked to have made the initial motion to pay that bill on this one.
So it's fine. I'm
Okay.
fine.
Any other discussion on that?
I think he'd rather make the last one in about 16 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
28.
Okay,
Yeah.
all in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you. Let's see, is that it for that?
Yep.
Item number 14 is action to approve personnel changes, and looks like you got one in your packet there.
Yes, for a administrative support in auditor's office. This is temporary part-time. Effective date was 5/20/2026. Step A, grade 20, 21.96 an hour, Steve Chelson.
Motion to approve.
Motion by McElhaney, second
Second it.
by Commissioner Schwer. Any further discussion? Again, that is a temporary position,
Correct.
temporary part-time. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Travel requests, item number 15.
We have a couple of those. Veteran Service Office staff to attend certification and benefits school. And I believe maybe that is it. Yeah.
That's the only
Yep,
one.
that's it.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries, and that is a budgeted item, by the way.
Yep.
Commissioners, any quorum of commissioners could be in attendance at this week? Any meetings or anything that we have going on? Of course, anytime three or more of us are in one place for something, we need to disclose that.
Oh, we're into June now, aren't we? Gonna be in June. So
I don't have anything.
Next week, we'll be on Thursday.
Oh, really? Is that right? Oh, that's right.
I'm good.
Okay, moving on, seeing none. Old business is number 17. The auditor
And
just
Mr.
reminded me that we do have our meeting next Tuesday that was pushed to Thursday because of canvassing next Tuesday.
Next Thursday we'll canvass, yeah.
Next Thursday we canvass. Yeah, so we're going to meet on Thursday, not Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay. All right, everybody good on that? All right. Anything else for old business?
Just real quick, jail update, Mr. Chair. So let me share a screen here if you can see it. Just to give a quick update on just where the costs are sitting right now, or I guess overall progress as compared to the contingency funding. And you can see that I don't know if you could see the screen very well, but the top just shows the construction is in the area about close to 30%, 27% complete. On the soft costs, that's all the drawings and all the engineering and things, 61% complete. But then looking down at the construction contingency, that's at 32%. So that's kind of right in that ballpark of going through that contingency. Maybe we're a little bit ahead on that, I think. And then we haven't really used much of the owner contingency at all. So just to give folks an idea. So progresses, the precast panels for the sheriff's office are up. You might have noticed that if you've gone by it or looked at the webcam. So anyway.
All right. Sounds
Moving.
good. Thanks for the update. Anything else? Old
Today
business?
more. We had a good update on the bridge on 14th last week by Randy, our highway suit. Anything happened this week that anybody knows about that we should be made aware of? Did they get the hot mix plant up and running? I don't know.
I was down there over the weekend and took a look at that project, and it looks good. And that's a nice looking bridge.
What I understood, the hot mix plan was to start up on June 1, is what I heard. They are ready at the bridge site for the asphalt. So whenever it does get fired up, and hopefully they're first on the list, it should happen. So
Well, we always have these armchair engineers, They said, why don't they just put gravel on either end and keep drive on it for a year or so, pack good, so it won't be like every other bridge in the country that settles and then you have to go back in and redo it a year later or 2 years later like that. So the armchairs are keeping track of us.
I'll get it done and get the road opened up here, hopefully the first or second week in June. So
Yeah.
it'll be nice. All right. Anything for new business? Nothing for new business?
Give you an update. We've had 536 absentee voters so far.
536?
Yes.
Good.
That's
Is
good.
that down?
No, I believe that would be up because when I gave my report, we were 200, over what it was right around that area. We're ahead. Yeah.
Urge people to continue voting. Exercise your right to do that.
Get out and vote.
All right, let's move on to number 19. This is open. Anything for public comments? Is there anybody here from the public that would like to make a comment?
Chair, I just had I think it's actually a question for Brenda with the voting, just to follow up on that. Our normal place for Sheridan Township is the Days Inn,
Correct.
but it's under construction, so it's getting moved to
Country Inn and Suite.
Country Inn and Suites, and I don't know how we let everybody know, because I think people will be
Yes.
driving there and all of a sudden, oh, it's not here, where
I will have if the Days Inn will allow me, put something on the door to let them know where it's at. I also plan on contacting the radio stations and Current just as a reminder.
I'll take.
It was in the paper, the different polling places as well now this week and last week. So, but I'll try to get a PSA out.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's a
Just-
big deal. Good
Yeah, just
point.
to make sure
Good
we
point.
want good turnout. We want it to be as easy as we can for
Right.
everybody voting, so.
Thought I might also send it into our website and
Hmm.
have her post that too.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy, if you're not busy that day, maybe you can just sit in the parking lot and
Yeah.
guide people to where they need to go. Okay.
That's your township responsibility.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Public comments, I think, is where we're at. No public comments. Commissioner comments? Anything for the commissioners? Seeing none, we do have a need to go into executive session. For the discussion of personnel issues, I think we've got a few items to talk about there. So look for a motion to adjourn and go into executive session.
Chair, I make a motion that we move into executive session to discuss items 1. Is that another one?
One is
Besides
personnel. Yep. Do you have another?
How about legal, constantly legal contracting, or
No,
just number
just
1?
personnel issues. Yep.
All right.
All right. With no anticipated action to follow today. Thank you, JT.
Second. I'll second.
right. Motion by Johnson, second by Gable. Any thing else? Nothing? All in favor of going into executive session, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, we're into exec. Thank you.